Alright everyone, it's time for a second main video today. Yes, I know I shouldn't do this on days when I'm also going to do a live stream because YouTube's algorithms hate me for it, but I've got to do it anyway. This is too hilarious for me not to rush out covering this subject. And I'm not just going to put it in the live stream, because it's just too funny. Everyone needs to hear this. Link in the description, archived of course. You'll remember that Cuomo, for his various corruptions involving covering for his idiot brother, who has escaped any legal repercussions for lying about killing thousands of people, as governor, you'll remember, probably won't face repercussions from the numerous credible allegations of sexual impropriety from him because, of course, there is a machine politic in New York that really, Albany defends itself. You're not going to find any willing prosecutors or anything like that want to go after him because they're a mafia family tied to the Clintons. Now, Cuomo got sacked from CNN. They decided to throw him under the bus because CNN's like, well, you know, we're already losing all these viewers and shit because, you know, all we are is propaganda. But we've got this particular individual who's not well-liked. He's adjacent to someone who's involved in numerous bigger scandals, and this goes beyond the newsroom. It goes into the gubernatorial office. That could become a problem. That could become expensive for us because we'll be expected to back Cuomo if he gets put into any of these suits. We'll have to unload a lot of money, so we'll just fire him. You know, he's a scumbag anyway, so we can just fire him. The problem is that CNN's firing practices, and Cuomo does technically have a case here. I hate to sound like I'm defending Cuomo. Look at the laundry list of people that are at CNN that have arguably in some cases broken the law, certainly have other improprieties, etc. involved, and they still got their job. Jeffrey Toobin is the best example I can give. Toobin goes on a Zoom call naked and fiddling with himself, and he gets sacked briefly. He gets a talking to. Okay, that's a little bit beyond even some of the stuff that Andrew Cuomo, Cuomo's brother, is alleged to have done that Cuomo refused to cover in the news stories. That was a big thing. It is completely hypocritical that Toobin's still there. I'm assuming it has to do with his usefulness for the company. The same thing, Don Lemon, another great example, giving Jussie Smollett, by the way, heads up with regards to his report not being believed. This article, legacy media, piece aside, does a fairly good balanced job of explaining, though, that Smallett would be completely stupid if he thought that he was, fooling anyone. Although, I would note that this article defends the legacy media and pretends that the legacy media didn't spend weeks and weeks promoting Jussie Smollett's hoax, and that mainline politicians didn't do the same for political reasons. No, most of you did not realize that he was lying. Or you figured, well, he's probably lying, but we're hoping he gets away with it because then we can say MAGA is evil some more, and it gives us some more fodder against Trump. That was really what that whole thing was about. There's a reason why they don't want you to hear about Smallett anymore. He's not even talked about. By the way, he's free from jail after 5 days, which is another gross miscarriage, another complete abolition of the concept of justice. He already got a sentence that was too short for what is a significant crime. He already gets a 150-day fucking sentence in the county jail to serve out probably in protective custody. They release him after 5 days. Well, he's been behaved for 5 fucking days in a row. Now he can go do the talk show circuit and gravitate back and forth between they only prosecuted me because I was black and hey, no, it was real in my mind. I just saw it the wrong way. So he'll make a lot of money and get a lot of attention further, and it'll be funny. But Don Lemon was involved with that. But Don Lemon is popular. Cuomo, after his brother had a scandal, became less popular. I think that we might understand why he got canned. What about Zucker, the leader of CNN, carrying on a supposedly inappropriate workplace relationship with the second-in-command there for an extended period, people knowing that it was happening and doing nothing? And he says, well, I can't do this, I have to resign. But it was carried on for some time, and executives there didn't do anything about it. But Cuomo, with his own corruption, although I do argue that in this one, Cuomo's corruption's worse. You're literally you're making a mockery of the concept of journalism even more than CNN normally does through omitting stories. Cuomo made a fucking career of silence, effectively, when it came to New York politics. If you look at all of these, in the preponderance of things, if you look at the number of significant figures at CNN that have had some sort of scandal in touching on legal issues or lack of integrity in some case, or the Me Too side of things with Toobin, although again, it's not, I mean, he didn't rape anyone or anything. He just exposed himself to a bunch of people on a Zoom call. Oh, that's okay. That's forgivable. Happens to everyone. Apparently, Joe Biden actually thinks this sort of thing with regards to people. If his recent comments on similar issues are have anything to do with it. Apparently, it's very, very normal that women send nudes to people and that dudes blackmail them with them. He thinks that revenge porn is a significant problem. Oh, well, we all know someone who's had that problem, says Joe. No, no. I don't think the average dude's a scumbag. There's just some scumbags out there, much like your son, Hunter Biden. Now, ask him about his thoughts on women's reproductive rights and things like that. It'd be an interesting interview. Oh, wait, you'd have to get Cuomo to do it. It'd be funny, by the way, if he goes full Bill O'Reilly mode. You remember when he was canned from Fox News? And it was funny. When he got canned, it was the talk of every show, and everyone was laughing, creepy Bill gets canned. Meanwhile, CNN has a apparent systemic problem with that sort of thing. None of the networks are making jokes about it, but it's such funny material. It was funny. Bill O'Reilly gets canned for, I think, 4 or 5 different allegations against him, and then there was a digital corroboration, I think, of a couple of these cases. This was years ago. I think this was in the mid-2010s. And he starts a YouTube podcast. Quite a few subscribers, actually. He's probably not making Fox salary numbers, but he's got his merch store and shit. He's making a living, apparently. He's still there. It'd be funny if Cuomo became his co-host. O'Reilly and Cuomo Hour. Imagine their conversations. That'd be one for the ages. Like, I'd probably subscribe. But watching CNN get thrown under the bus. I think he's suing for more than $100 million, and he actually has a case with legs, because there is this differential between how Cuomo was treated and how Don Lemon was treated, how Jeffrey Toobin was treated, certainly how Zucker was treated. He was the highest of the high at CNN while he was there. The difference is significant, and now he's dragging CNN under the bus and exposing this. CNN might be forced to fire Don Lemon because of this. They might say, well, we're sorry, he does have a point. We'll issue a public apology and fire these other people and cripple our own network's ratings. What ratings, of course, they have left at this point. That's about all. Peace out.